Hi guys, and welcome back to the coronavirus update video here in Spain. Today is 8.0 and it is the 22nd of March 2020. So, lots of things that we can update you on today. We've been doing a lot of research, making a lot of phone calls and contacting a lot of the local authorities as well. But we are now 1 week down. Okay, now initially this was started last Sunday of the lockdown. We are now 1 week down and we are through, but today is of course Mother's Day, so I just want to say a big thank you to my mum who is out there. I don't know if she's watching this yet. She's probably on a indoor bike doing some training, but I just want to say thank you for raising me for who I am, and really appreciate it. But I would also like to say a big congratulations to my beautiful wife who gave birth January this year, so this is her English Mother's Day, her first ever English Mother's Day, so a big thank you to her for supporting me through all of this over the last couple of weeks, for messaging a lot of the people back for me. She's part admin now, so she's actually responding and commenting and letting people know the information that I've already said. So to Paloma, if you are watching this, I love you and thank you for making me the luckiest man in the world. Really thank you. Right, moving on. Now we are 1 week down, which means we have got initially 1 more week to go. Now, doing a bit of research, and of course my wife being a psychologist, she's actually been doing a bit of research as well, and she's found a couple of papers that could be very useful for a couple of people, which is the psychology of being on lockdown, being in self-isolation. And this is basically a review of other papers. It's not so much research, but it's a review of other papers, but it could be helpful to identify common feelings that we maybe all be feeling, but we're all in this together, so we should speak about this. We should talk with one another. Now this paper was actually produced by Webster, Smith, Woodland, Wesley, Greenberg and Rubin. I'm only going to be saying their last names because as a psychologist you're meant to quote the authors of these papers. But my wife is here to help. If anyone is struggling with self-isolation and they don't really have anyone else to talk to, message us. My wife will respond to you, and she has a degree in psychology, so she is able to help anyone who is suffering a bit of self-isolation through this. Okay, so please, if anyone you know may be alone and just wants to talk to someone, then message us. All right, moving on, and this is important as well. All of this information is going to be up to date, and I will be reviewing some things that we talked about yesterday and the previous days. So share this video. All the 150 people who are watching right now, click that share button and make sure that your friends, your family, anyone who is in Spain and the UK, because I've got a bit of information for UK residents as well. Anyone who is watching this right now, click that share button and see if we can beat the 250 viewers that we had yesterday, which was unbelievable. I still can't get over that. So if you can click that share button, share to all the groups that you can, all on Facebook, all the groups in Spain, all the groups in England. Just start sharing as much as you can, and we can see if we can get this information into the right hands, okay? Now remember, this information, I am not a lawyer, a solicitor, or a journalist or anything like that. I am just helping you translate the information that is received from government officials on their official websites and Facebook pages, and also covering from the news and translating what has been coming from the news. I will say where it is coming from as I'm giving you the information, so hopefully you're not going to be speculating on anything there, okay? So a lot of questions that we had yesterday were rental car companies. Now we have actually had an answer from a police officer. Basically the law states from now that during the emergency state no more contracts can go ahead for rental cars. So if you have to return your car back to a rental agent, you can do this. You can still return the car back, but you will have to get a taxi back because there can be no more than one person in a public car. So if this is the case and you need to return your car, your rental car, you can do so, but you will have to get a taxi back. If you want to renew the contract because you do not have a rental car that is out here, I suggest ringing the company and trying to extend the current contract that you already have. Now, this is due to the fact that they cannot give any new contracts out by law, but if they were to extend it, this could also be a possibility. So the best advice that we can give you is ring the car company. I've managed to get to 3 different car companies this week, so they are on the lines, okay? They do speak English. So what you can do is ring them, ask them to extend the contract for another month, for another 30 days. Hopefully this is all passed by then, and hopefully you'll be okay. Moving on, and yes, this is the part that I want people in England to try and hear, okay? So for all of you people who are watching it, all 200 of you, if you can share this to anyone who is a bit scared in the UK, or just a bit worried about the coronavirus hitting the UK and what can be done and what should be done, share it with them now. Share it to your Facebook page. Just click that share button below. And I'm just going to talk you through a couple of things, okay? This will still be information for people living in Spain, but it's also going to help a lot of people in the UK. So, as of today, there are 28,500 infected people in Spain, okay? There are 1,720 deaths, but there are 1,585 recoveries. Now, from yesterday, the death toll has now surpassed the recovery rate, okay? But this is not all doom and gloom, okay? We can get by this, but we all have to stick together. So for anyone who is watching in England, anyone who is thinking about going out and stockpiling, you do not need to make more panic for the situation, okay? There is more than enough produce out there. There is more than enough emergency care out there. So do not panic buy. You do not need to do this, okay? Now, I went shopping yesterday, okay? And this is just a quick story just to reiterate what I have been talking about over the last couple of days. I had to do our monthly shop. We were running low, so I actually went to Dada, which is in Murcia, in a shopping centre, in a supermarket called Al Campo. I took myself alone in my car. I was only one person, and when I got to the supermarket, there was no police cars on the road. However, they have put signs up saying that into the towns and into the cities, or the exits to the city, there are stop checks, okay? So they are out and about, so be very, very careful there. But I got to Al Campo. I was greeted by a security guard who said to take the elevator instead of the escalator just because it was raining. As I got up there, I was wearing a mask. Not necessary, but I did wear a mask just as a safety blanket for myself, really. And I did have one glove, which was unfortunately the only one that I had, which was a size S, because it was my wife's old one from her practicals in psychology. So I was wearing that, so I was touching all the buttons and everything in the elevator to get into the supermarket. As I arrived there, it was empty with people, but it was full on food. So please do not worry about anyone stockpiling, okay? Because in a couple of days' time, you're going to be able to go to the supermarket and you will have an abundance of food available, okay? There are workers out there trying to get all of this to the supermarket, so do not worry. So as I got to the supermarket, I was able to do a monthly shop. This is what we normally do. I got all the essentials. I got a lot of canned goods, fruit and vegetables. There was plenty of it there. There was nobody fighting, no lines or anything like that. It was very, very, very good. There was security at all the doors, and as I got into the supermarket, they had gloves available. Now, these were the plastic gloves that you normally use for the fruit and veg section, but they had them available there. They had hand sanitizer there, and they advise you to put it on, okay? So if you are looking to go to supermarkets over the next week or so, there are precautions that they are taking. I know Mercadona are now putting in more precautions that only one person, blah, 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 and you need to wear gloves going into them. But just to be on the safe side, just wear some of those plastic gloves, put some hand sanitizer on, and if you don't want to wear a mask, you don't have to, okay? It's just as a safety blanket for yourself. It should only be the ones who are infected or think they have the symptoms who should be wearing a face mask, okay? So people in England, if you are watching this from England, do not panic. We are all okay. We are surviving here in Spain, okay? The weather is pretty bad, yeah, just like in England, but we're surviving. We're doing fine, okay? Yes, the local pubs and restaurants have to close down, but it will get better. If you have to close down for 2 weeks, just like in Spain, even 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it will still be okay. You've still got summer to look forward to, and I know all of the pubs, bars, cafes are going to be jam-packed, okay? So if anyone is watching, don't worry. All right, moving on. Now, I've been getting so many questions over the last couple of days. We've just reached 1,200 likes on this page and over 2,000 followers, so thank you for that. I'm going to be creating a video answering all the typical questions that you have been asking. Typical questions such as going to the supermarkets, walking your dogs, taking the rubbish out, riding a bike, can I work? This video is just going to be a short 5-minute video, and it's going to be question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, okay? So if you're unsure on anything like this, ask a question in the comments below. I'll put it into the video and hopefully I'll answer it for you as well. Right, moving on. I talked about this yesterday. Hotels. Yes, all the hotels will be closing as of next week. Well, we say next week, it should be Tuesday the 26th. Tuesday the 26th? No, that's Thursday the 26th. This does not include long-term rentals, okay? So if you are a property owner and you have long-term rentals in your property, you do not have to kick them out, okay? If anything, if you can extend a contract onto them, if they're running out at the end of the month and they have to move to another place, try to extend it, help out as much as you can, okay? Because at the moment we're getting a lot of questions about moving house over the emergency state, but we don't know the information yet. I'm trying to find out whether you can move house over the next couple of days or not, but we still don't know. So please bear with me. I'll try and find the information and I'll try and get it over to you hopefully tomorrow when we find out the information. Now, when I did talk about earlier, don't panic. There is definitely a lot of medical staff helping and hospitals as well. So at the moment, Madrid and Valencia are going to be putting up temporary hospitals. This can accommodate up to 5,000 people each hospital. So do not worry. If you're in the Valencia community, that means Torrevieja or Orihuela, do not worry if you have any of the symptoms. There is definitely going to be room and you'll be able to go to one of these temporary hospitals or the local hospital that you have. Moving on, self-employment. So self-employment, a lot of people have been asking about what they can do, what they can't do. I put out a post that my wife translated a PDF document from the police. This PDF was put out 2 days ago. You can go back through this page, have a look at that PDF, and you'll see if you are able to work or not and what precautions you have to take as well. As for self-employment who have lost business, then you can claim with the government basically as your unemployment, but you have to have at least 3 months of paid fees, so that's paying for your self-employment, and you have to prove loss as well. But I think the way everything's going and the way the news is spreading at the moment, I think they're going to be doing it for a lot of people who have lost business, not just people who have come to a complete halt, okay? Minimum that they're going to be giving out is €700, so it should be about 70% of what you are normally earning. So if that's the case, fantastic. I'm self-employed, so I know I should be able to get this self-employment benefit here. Taking people to the airport, we talked about this yesterday as well. You cannot take people to the airport. The amount of times that I've had to repeat this again and again and again. If you want to do it and try and risk it, this is up to you. I would highly recommend not to, because if you are fined, it will be at least €600 up to 30,000 euros, okay? Now, 30,000 euros is definitely going to be for more extreme cases, but you will still have a fine if you are caught. You cannot take your husband or your wife or your friend or your neighbor to the airport unless they are elderly or disabled or in the young category, as in 13 years or younger. So please, if you are taking someone to the airport, make sure they're in this category or get them a taxi to the airport, okay? Now, speaking of airports, yes, airports are still opening and airlines are still flying, but they are classing these flights as emergency flights only. This should only be used if you are currently in Spain and your residency is in England and you need to get back to England, or vice versa. If you are in England and your residency is in Spain, then you want to come back to Spain. These are the only flights that you can take. If you are trying to get back for your friend's birthday back in the UK, this should not be an emergency case and you will not be let onto the aeroplane. Moving on. Right, the extension. This was the biggest news that dropped yesterday. Now, a lot of media coverage has put that 30 days is the extension. It's not the case. They are actually trying to put it as clickbait. They want you to click on their articles. That's how they get paid. It is not 30 days. They are trying to assume that it's 15 days that we're on at the moment, plus another 15 days, 30 days in total. But they're trying to put a scare tactic in to try to get you to click on their website. The one thing that you have to take into consideration here, it is not official yet. Now, the president has spoken to all the presidencies of the different communities and the counties of Spain. They have put a proposal to Congress. Now, this Congress will basically say if it is approved or not next week. We will not know until the 24th, which is Tuesday, and whether they are going to say yes or no to it. Now, most likely, the way everything's going at the moment, the rises of death, yes, it probably will go ahead. Okay, now this is not an official news report to say it is going ahead. It probably will. So what we have to do now is stay at home. Okay, if the situation is automatically going on for another 15 days, we still have to stay at home. We don't know if they're going to be putting more laws into place or taking some laws away, such as exercise or anything like this. So carry on as we are doing at the moment, and when we get the news that we can do things and can't do things, then we will know exactly what to do. Right, we're gonna finish off with a couple more things now. A couple of things. Video's not working. Okay, put a like if you are still following and still watching. Okay, just put a like there just to know that you are still following and watching, because if not, then you can watch it afterwards. Okay, do not worry about that. Right, so yesterday I talked about a woman who was taken into hospital. She actually messaged us on this Facebook page. My wife rung the hospital because she had the 3 symptoms of coronavirus. She was taken to hospital, and this morning she messaged me. I actually messaged her just to see how she was doing, and she messaged back. What I'll do, I'll see if I can go on to... Okay, so yeah, a lot of different likes there, so hopefully that's better. Right, so this woman, when she messaged us, she didn't know what to do. She didn't speak Spanish, and she messaged us just to say what should she do. We gave her the correct instructions. We also gave her the phone numbers that she can call herself, as well as myself and my wife also calling to try and get the medical staff there. Now, she messaged me this morning, and she is on the recovery. Now, yes, she was confirmed with coronavirus, but she is now on the recovery stage. It wasn't in a bad situation. However, she did have asthma, so it was put as a high case. She's on the recovery, and she has thanked everyone for sending her love, prayers, lots of wishes. So really, really thankful to everyone who has been supporting, because this page, I don't think it's, saved her life, but it could save her life. So I really appreciate all of what you're doing and sharing, because this could get the information out to someone who could have coronavirus and may not know about it. So we really appreciate that. Now, she was actually into the Huerca or Vera Hospital down in Malaga. So all the staff who are there, a big thank you to them, because they're definitely putting in the hours there. But I just want to say a big thank you, and I've got a list here of everyone that I would like to say thank you to. And if you agree with me, put a heart so I know that you guys are also in support of this. I just want to say a big thank you to all the emergency staff, police, fire department, postmen, lorry drivers, factory workers, and actually factory workers. A lot of factories are now closing down their actual businesses and changing in production of hand sanitizers, making face masks, protective gear for doctors, and other medical equipment as well. All care workers who are going to help the elderly in residences as well. All supermarket workers, anyone who is in the fields working, picking the fruit and vegetables. You guys are amazing. Now, if I've missed anyone, I do apologize, but these are the ones who came to my head first of all. And of course, you guys are sharing this video, you're sharing this information, so we really, really do appreciate this. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Now, yesterday I did say I wanted a song. Now, we're going to try and do an anthem, but we're not going to start this until Monday, tomorrow evening, okay? Now, I put out a post yesterday, and this was basically a post with 10 different songs, but for some reason, Facebook only put the first 2 songs up. I didn't want just those 2 songs. It was You'll Never Walk Alone and Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. They were great choices, a lot of recommendations for it, so I put those in, but another 8 songs followed that afterwards, but they weren't there. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and do this within the next hour, I'm going to put another poll up onto this Facebook group, and there should be the 10 songs. I'm going to have to use another application or another website. I want to find the anthem. The one anthem that we can all play at exactly the same time at 8 p.m. I don't care if you go out to the balcony or if just in your living room. What I want is an anthem that we can all sing along to. We all know, we can dance, we can blast it out, and basically show all of the people that I've mentioned, all the emergency staff, that we support them and we are doing what we can inside our house to support them as well. So if you have any more recommendations for songs, put them in the comments below. I will have a read. I'll see the most popular ones. I'll see if there are any more popular ones that I can put onto the poll as well. And the top song will be our choice. I will announce it tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's video is again going to be at 4 p.m. here in Spain. That's 3 p.m. in England. So if you want to watch me again, you can tune in just to this page. If you click on notifications, I think there's a notification down there somewhere. Even on the page, make sure you like the page and share it to all your friends. And that's basically it. Now, I'm here to help you guys, okay? I've taken it on with my wife, that we're trying to do this, not a full-time job, but we are trying to get back to as many people as possible, as quick as possible as well. So if you've got any questions or any comments, put them below, put them on the Facebook page. Comment on this video, or send us a private message. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll try and answer all of your questions, okay? So very quickly, are there any questions that I've missed? You've got quickly 1 minute to put up any of your questions that I have missed, and I'll try and quickly get back to them, okay? What should we do if we see people flaunting the floor, the law, respecting staying at home? Right, the best thing you can do is call the police. Ask for someone who does speak English, because the majority will. So yes, ask to basically call the police. Take photo evidence as well if you need to, and yeah, just that's the best thing to do. Let's have a look at these other questions. These are all compliments to me. No, compliments to the other people, okay? I want to break free, a very good one. Anything but You'll Never Walk Alone. Okay, maybe a Chelsea supporter there. Thanks very much. Any news on utility bills? Good question. No, there is no news on utility bills. I know other countries are banning the utility bills, mortgages and rent over the next 30 days. This is not the case in Spain. We might get some more information on Tuesday, but we are waiting to see. Marina, thank you for watching. Thank you for your help. Thanks, Adrian. Questions? Any other questions? Anything at all? I'm here to help. Let me scroll through the comments. Not confirmed yet. President spoken with the different community leaders. Yes, you are correct. Thank you for writing that. Because I'm missing stuff. Can you repeat the lockdown situation? Are we still waiting to hear if it is confirmed? Yes, we are waiting to see if it is confirmed, Tricia. Any updates on paying rent? Unfortunately, no. Any update on testing? Yes, we are. Spain is receiving a lot of the new 24-hour kits. What they're called the quick. Sorry, not the 24-hour kits. The quick kits, which should stop the time frame. It should be instantly that you'll be able to see if someone has the coronavirus or not. Stopping autonomous payments. Nope, there is no news on this. Yes, we should hopefully find out on Tuesday. What if I fly into Spain and our car is at the airport? Can we go home together? No, you cannot go home together, Lynn. One of you will have to get a car, and one of you will have to get a taxi, okay? Car tax is due. Yes, you can go to the banks and pay this, okay? Card tax, you've got machines at the cash point that can pay this as well. Well done, Adrian. We have less police patrols. Is that because they are elsewhere, highway, or just because we are behaving ourselves? Well, it could be behaving yourself. But I think it's mainly to do with, yes, they are going to be on the highways and they're going to be in other places trying to restrict all of this as well. Someone mentioned a 3 p.m. curfew. No, there is definitely no news on that, so do not worry about that. Is there a curfew on times? Nope, there is no curfew there. Face mask, I did talk about this earlier if you want to rewatch the video, but it was basically you don't have to wear a face mask. It is only for people who do have the symptoms, but if you prefer to wear one as a safety blanket, I actually wore one yesterday in the supermarket just because as it was there, I was touching my face less. I have a beard, I have a mustache, I touch my face all the time, but with the mask there, I definitely touched it a lot less. Any EasyJet flights out of Corvera this week? You will have to talk to EasyJet, I will not know. Yes, buses are still running, public buses are still running, but they are reduced. And stop summer payments? I don't know what you mean, Darren, by the summer payments. And are the banks open? Cash points are, Christine. Cash points are open, nothing else, I'm afraid. And right, dentists, yes, dentists are open, but only for emergency cases only. Ring your dentist for an appointment first because they might be on lockdown or maybe have symptoms themselves, so they won't be going to work. So make sure you ring the dentist first before going to the dentist, okay? Right, that is it for today. I think I've answered as many questions as I can live. I will try and respond to anyone else who is commenting right below. And yeah, any other questions, just write them below and I'll try and message back. From me here in my daughter's nursery in Spain, in Murcia, in Corvera, I want to thank you guys for sharing these videos so much. All 273 of you, wow. Unbelievable. And I just want to say, yeah, thank you to my wife for being an amazing mum. Thank you to my mum, and happy Mother's Day for everyone who is out there. If you're a mum, or if you are celebrating your mother's Mother's Day today, or if any mothers that are not with us, then please take a minute just to remember them. And that's it. My name's Adrian Cockings, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Bye, guys.